Hello, and welcome to episode number 75 of WrestleRotica, the podcast that combines wrestling with erotica. This week we have 3 stories to share with you. The first story is entitled, AJ Enjoys Some Punk. AJ Lee has a craving that isn't being satisfied by her current partner, Daniel Bryan. She heads to the room of CM Punk, who is looking to satisfy her needs. Story number 2 is entitled, Nikki Repays Becky. After being attacked by Carmella on Talking Smack, Becky Lynch takes sympathy on Nikki Bella and takes care of her in the locker room. As the two are left alone, Nikki decides that she will return the kindness to the last kicker, Becky Lynch. Story number 3 is entitled, A Sexual Send-Off. Carmella is drafted to SmackDown, which causes her best friend Bayley to be upset about losing the opportunity to spend time together. Bayley, however, is meant to spend at least one more night with her friend, celebrating her call-up. Without further ado, let's get to this week's stories. This story is entitled, AJ Enjoys Some Punk, and it was written by WowEva.com user Ice Storm. AJ was pacing in her hotel room, waiting for her date with CM Punk. She was wearing a cute little red dress and matching sandals. She was so excited about going out with Punk, she could hardly contain herself.
I'm so excited! Scared!
She took deep breaths, which helped, but only served to turn her on, as the dress was rubbing against her pussy. She grabbed her handbag, walked out of the room, and got on the elevator. She went up to the floor she knew Punk was on. After she got on the elevator, she approached Punk's hotel room door and knocked. Punk opened the door. AJ, what are you doing here? It's a bit early for our date. She spoke not a word, but jumped into his arms and started to kiss him. Punk, though shocked at first, returned the kiss. They pulled away and AJ was gently lowered to her feet. She removed her dress, leaving her sandals on. Punk stared at her. The reason of her being there hitting him. AJ, we can't do this. She lowered her gaze, doing her fake, sad look, then looked up at him. I just wanted some release. It's been so long since I've been with a man. Every other toy I've used just isn't the same. I was just hoping you'd want to give me what I need. Like a straitjacket? Punk thought. Despite himself, he was wondering what toys AJ liked to use.
Hitachi Magic Wand.
This isn't right. You know this isn't right. Just this once, and I promise, I won't bring it up again. AJ moved closer. You know you like what you see. She batted her eyes. AJ placed a hand on the crotch of Punk's pants, rubbing slightly. He closed his eyes, an involuntary groan escaping his throat. He opened his eyes and looked at her. All right, we'll do this. She grinned. He pulled her close and kissed her. Then he moved lower, kissing her chin, her throat, her neck. He latched onto a nipple and gave a hard suck. AJ groaned. He switched to the other nipple and gave it the same treatment. His fingers slid down her tummy and rubbed her pussy. AJ moaned.
Oh!
His fingers doing magic on her. He pulled away and removed his fingers. Punk unbuttoned and unzipped his pants, pulling them down. His large dick sprang free, sticking out. He sat down on the foot of the bed. AJ walked over to him. her eyes wide. Wow! You're big! Daniel's dick not big? She shook her head, blushing. No! No! He's so small. I call him Mini Nuts. Punk laughed. Really? She nodded, still blushing. Punk laughed harder. Tears started streaming. He managed to stop and wiped his eyes. No wonder you need release. Come, ride me. She swung one leg over his thighs and maneuvered onto his dick. She slid all the way to the base of his shaft. Ride me, he whispered. She wrapped her arms around him and kissed him, sliding up, then down his dick. Punk broke the kiss, grabbing her waist and raised and lowered her faster on his dick. She was moaning. He filled her up. He kept going, faster, till he was slamming in and out of her. She felt his dick hitting against her womb, but didn't care. She felt her orgasm approaching fast, and gripped him tightly. As AJ came, she screamed, Yes! 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 Her pussy muscles gripped Punk's, making him come to. He yelled in, his climax shuddering. He held AJ till she was able to stand. She went into the bathroom and cleaned up. He went in after she came out and got himself cleaned up. She left after saying bye. She came face to face with Daniel Bryan. He looked at her suspiciously. She grinned. AJ, were you with Punk?
Yes! 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 Yes!
AJ, were you and Punk?
Yes! 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 Yes!
Punk opened the door. Hey, AJ, you forgot your... He paused, holding AJ's handbag. He looked at Daniel and started to laugh. What the hell's so funny? Oh, nothing, Mini Nuts. Daniel's face turned red, with a mixture of anger and embarrassment. Punk handed AJ her handbag and watched her leave. He looked at Daniel and went back inside his room. The end. This story is entitled Nikki Repays Becky. And it was written by new WWE Divas member, Some Guy 826. It was after SmackDown. Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella were alone in the locker room. Nikki was attacked again by Carmella during Becky's tag match. Fucking hell! Said Becky, looking at the large bump on Nikki's forehead she received from Carmella. Is it that bad? Asked Nikki. Dude, that bump is gnarly! Don't worry. Becky consoled her. You still look great as usual. Nikki smiled. Becky had helped Nikki to the back after her beating from Carmella. She got ice for Nikki's bump and cleaned up her bloody lip. Thanks, Becky. You've been so nice to me since I came back from my injury. I know we had our differences in the past. Don't worry about it, Nikki. Becky interrupted. Thanks for taking care of me. I think I just need a nice hot shower, said Nikki. She stood up and began to walk toward the other room filled with showers. Nikki's ass bounced up and down, side to side, still in her tiny red ring gear. Becky could not help but stare at her perfect ass. She had always found Nikki very attractive, even when she was Divas champion, and Team PCB hated her. But now that she was back in the locker room after her injury, Becky caught herself staring at Nikki an awful lot. Becky even started getting quite friendly with Nikki, now that she came back with a different, much nicer attitude toward Becky and some of the other women. Nikki began to remove her red top from her gear, slipping it off over her head. Nikki turned to Becky, her big, perky tits hanging freely. Her small, round, light brown nipples somewhat hard and pointed. Becky felt her jaw fall open as she had a staring contest with Nikki's boobs. You should probably hop in the shower too. You did just have a match, said Nikki, placing a hand on her hip and tilting her hips to one side, showing off how shapely her form is and how wide her hips are. Becky shook out of her trance. Yeah, I should. I will. Take a shower. I'll take a shower. Yes, yeah, said a flustered Becky. Nikki just laughed and headed to the showers. Becky stripped off her ring gear, now just in a white bra and white panties. She headed into the showers to see Nikki fully nude and showering. Her big wet titties glistened and shined as Nikki rubbed them down. Down to her hips, Nikki had a lone landing strip. Becky was surprised she wasn't fully shaved. What's the matter? Said Nikki. Becky was staring again. What? No, nothing. Just looking at that bump, that's all. She replied with a nervous laugh. What? These bumps? Said Nikki as she squeezed her tits. Becky looked down, embarrassed. She felt her face get as hot as the sun and as red as roses. Becky stammered, unable to form a sentence. Nikki walked over to her, her boobs bouncing with every step. You know, Becky, it was really nice of you to take care of me, but I think I should return the favor. Nikki placed her hands on Becky's heated cheeks and lifted her head to meet her gaze. Nikki, Becky whispered, as Nikki pulled her face to hers and locked their lips. Nikki's tongue swirled around Becky's, exploring her mouth. Becky's heart began to race. Nikki reached behind and unclipped Becky's bra. She broke away from the kiss and threw the bra away. Becky felt inadequate next to Nikki, as Becky's smaller, but still round and firm breast couldn't compare to Nikki's. Becky's medium-sized dark nipples, her fully erect. God, I want those titties in my mouth, said Nikki, as she put her mouth on Becky's tit. Becky shuddered with pleasure, as her nipples were incredibly sensitive. Nikki pushed Becky against the wall as the water of the shower rained down on both of them. Nikki's big round ass glistened from the water, running down their skin. Becky's thick thighs shined brightly as well. Becky slid her hand down her wet panties, past her freshly shaven pussy, and began to rub her already wet pussy, and clawed and squeezed at Nikki's big booty with the other. Nikki continued to work the nipples. Oh, fuck, Nikki, moaned Becky. She circled her nipples with her tongue before softly biting down. Let's get these off, said Nikki, snapping Becky's soaked panties. Becky peeled off her panties and tossed them aside. Come here, Becky, said Nikki. She laid on the ground on her side. I want you to sit on my face. Becky was trembling. She couldn't believe this was happening. It was her first time with a woman, and for it to be with Nikki Bella was just crazy. Becky got on her knees next to Nikki, who placed her hand on Becky's hip and slid it to her Irish lass and spanked her. Becky jumped. She loved the sensation of being spanked. I know you're a good girl, Becky, but right now, you're gonna be my naughty little plaything, said Nikki. Anything for you, Nikki. Nikki laid flat on her back as Becky lowered herself onto her face, facing the rest of Nikki's body, her large thighs squeezing Nikki's head. Becky could feel her juices begin to drip on Nikki's lip. Oh yeah! Even before she started to eat her pussy. Nikki gave one soft lick to Becky's pussy. At the sensation, Becky let out a loud gasp and shook with pleasure. She grabbed onto Nikki's titties for support. Wow, Becky, you taste amazing, said Nikki. Oh, Nikki, don't fucking stop, please, moaned Becky, so attracted to Nikki and so excited about her first time with a woman. Knew she would come quickly. Nikki just giggled, knowing she had Becky in the palm of her hand. She continued to give slow, soft licks to Becky's tight, wet slit, while she squeezed Becky's ass cheeks. Becky's moans got louder and louder, echoing throughout the locker room, not caring if anyone heard her. "Oh, Nikki, faster! Faster, please, Nikki!" Nikki sped up. She began to circle around Becky's clit. "Oh, shit! Nikki, right there! Right fucking there, Nikki!" screamed Becky as she deeply squeezed Nikki's boob with one hand and squeezed her own thick thigh with the other. Nikki slowly put her finger between Becky's ass cheeks and slowly fingered Becky's ass. Becky's ass was incredibly tight, as Nikki struggled to get it in at first, even with her finger all wet. Becky was shocked for a split second, but after that she didn't care. At this point she wanted Nikki to do everything to her. "Oh yeah, Nikki! Finger that arse! Make that arse yours! Oh fuck! Oh fuck yeah, Nikki! Don't ever fucking stop!" Nikki could tell Becky was ready to come. Becky grinding her pussy widely against Nikki's face. "Nikki! I'm ready to come! I'm gonna come so soon!" Nikki lifted Becky's pussy away from her mouth. "Becky, I want you to come all over my face and down my throat. Are you ready to be my naughty little girl and do that for me?" said Nikki as she gave Becky another spank. "Oh yes, Nikki! I'm a bad, bad girl! I'm ready to come! I'm so fucking ready!" said Becky. Nikki lowered Becky's pussy back on her mouth. She licked and sucked Becky's clit as hard as she could, and fingered her ass as fast as she could, her cheeks bouncing and shaking, like jello at Nikki's hand. "Holy fuck! Oh my fucking god! Yes! Oh god, yes! I'm coming, Nikki! Oh, Nikki, yes! Yes, Nikki! Nikki! Oh god, yes, Nikki!" screamed Becky. Becky's pussy pulsated and quivered. Cum squirted down Nikki's throat and all over her face. Becky's whole body shook. Her titties bounced around as Becky shook without control. Becky's continued to moan and moan, softer and softer, as Nikki slowed down after Becky's orgasm. Finally, as her orgasms ended, she collapsed to the floor next to Nikki. "Oh, wow," said Becky, out of breath. "That was absolutely fucking incredible," said Becky. "Can't say I didn't enjoy that either. You taste amazing." Becky looked over to Nikki's face, shiny with her cum. She licked some off her face. "Yeah, it does taste good," said Becky with a seductive smile. "Maybe I should see what you taste like." The end. This story is entitled A Sexual Send-Off, and it was written by Camo Man. The WWE's 2016 draft is finally over, and Bayley is really happy for her BFF, Carmella, getting picked, and is showing that by giving a lot of hugs. "I can't believe you're actually going up. I'm so proud of you," says Bayley as she gives Carmella another big hug. "Thanks. I didn't expect it at all, and I can't believe they actually want me on the main roster." Carmella responds with slight tears, starting to form in her eyes. "Hey, don't cry. You completely deserve this." Bayley says, wiping Carmella's eyes with her sleeve. "Yeah, I need to try to keep it together, but I don't even know what to do now. This is so crazy." "I know. Why don't you come over to mine later, and we can have a two-woman send-off party? You deserve a good one," Bayley asked. "Yeah, that sounds great," Carmella says before receiving another hug. "I'll have to go and get everything ready, but I'll see you then," Bayley says as she walks towards to exit of the performance center. "See ya," says Carmella. Later that night. Knock, knock. Carmella shouts as she knocks at Bayley's door. "You in there?" "Yeah, just 1 second," she hears Bayley shout. Bayley then opens the door. Carmella, about to say hey to her BFF, cuts herself off when she sees that Bayley has tears running down her face. but still attempting to smile. Whoa, what's up? She asked, concerned. It's nothing. I'm just being stupid. Come on, really, why are you crying? Carmela says as she follows Bailey in, closing the door behind her. Oh, I see, Carmela says, when seeing the bottle of wine on Bailey's coffee table. You've been drinking a lot, huh? She rhetorically asked. A little, yeah. And it's just kind of made me emotional. That's why I'm sweating from my eyes. Bailey, still trying to muster some positivity, says. Emotional about what, though? Me leaving? You were fine before, she asked. Yeah, it's just that we won't be able to hang out as much anymore. And I'm really gonna miss you. Bailey answers, with more tears starting to pour down her face. You don't need to worry about that. We can make time to hang out. And I'm sure you'll be called up very soon.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
It's way overdue, Carmela assures Bailey. I mean, I guess we could try. Make time, Bailey unassuredly says, still looking sad. Man, I can't believe it's ruined. Your send-off, she says, placing her head on both her palms. Hey, it's us. Even if you're emotional, we can have a good time. And you know that. Carmela once again assures Bailey. Yeah, we really can, can't we? Bailey responds, wiping her eyes, and finally pulling off a real smile. There you go. Now we can have that great send-off, eh? Carmela says, happy that the real Bailey was finally back in the room. Or was it actually a very different Bailey? Bailey turns and smirks at Carmela. What? Carmela asks, confused. You're right. We can have that send-off. And it's going to be even greater than any amount of alcohol, junk food, and Netflix could be. Bailey says in a very different tone to her usual happy-go-lucky kind. What do you mean? Carmela, now very confused, asks. Bailey slowly starts leaning toward Carmela, but then quickly plants her lips on her soon-to-be BFF with benefits. Whoa, whoa! What are you doing? Carmela asked, pushing her off, shocked by what she had just done. You deserve a great send-off, and I think we both know that you're fine with this. So what's the problem? Bailey asked. I thought that was never going to happen again. So I made sure I buried all those feelings for our friendship's sake. The self-proclaimed Princess of Staten Island responds, still shocked at what Bailey is trying to do. Well, those feelings are still in there, and I think it's time they came back. Don't you think? Bailey says before kissing Carmela again, softer this time. But Carmela didn't push Bailey off. Those feelings were starting to reappear. No, we can't. We shouldn't. Carmela tells both herself and Bailey, looking down at the floor, but sounding very unsure. Bailey slowly lifts Carmela's head back up and then turns it so they're face to face. Bailey looks into Carmela's eyes, and whatever it was about that look, it made Carmela very sure about the situation now. Carmela smirks in the same way Bailey did to her earlier, with Bailey responding with her own, "Ah, fuck it. I always wanted you," Carmela says. Then the two, knowing exactly what the other is thinking, both lean in and start making out, and with a lot of passion. Bailey is the one who takes control, pushing Carmela back on the black leather couch they were sitting on, maintaining their tongue lock up while doing so. I gotta admit, I did always kind of want you too, Bailey says, breaking out of the kiss for a moment. Well, this is even more perfect then, Carmela says as she wraps her legs around Bailey's waist, then pulls her back down to continue the kiss that she hadn't had enough of yet. As the two continued exchanging saliva and see who could stick their tongue down the farthest, they break it up at the exact same time, knowing it's time they took it to the next level.
Level up!
Carmella unwraps her legs from Bailey, and her eyes start to wander elsewhere. Carmella, looking straight at the cleavage Bailey had on, show from the black, loose, low-cut tank top she was wearing, knew that was the next location for her mouth and tongue. Bailey lifts herself up, letting Carmella sit up and help her to get her top off, revealing the former NXT Women's Champions, smaller than most, but still amazing tits. Carmella proceeds to throw Bailey's top across the room, and then goes right for her right boob with her mouth, and plays with other with her right hand. My God! I can't believe it's only now that we've discovered we both want to do this, Bailey says among her slight moans from Carmella's tongue lapping away at her nipple. Yeah! We really missed out! But it's going to be worth the wait. Carmella says, smiling at Bailey as she quickly takes her own top off now, tossing the soft t-shirt behind her, then unhooking her white lace bra, then throwing that behind her too. Now, with SmackDown's most fabulous draft picks, near perfect pair of tatas out, Bailey instantly grabs them both, then starts licking and sucking a nipple for a few seconds. Then switching to the other, giving Carmella a very good reason to be soaking in her panties right now. Holy shit! You're making me so wet. I need you to lick my pussy. Right now! Carmella insists, and Bailey happily obliges. Carmella gets wet. Carmella gets on her back again, and lifts her legs up. Bailey pulls down the pair of black sweatpants to see the matching white lace panties that are hiding the dripping, wet pussy of Carmella. Wow! You really are wet! I bet all that juice tastes amazing, says Bailey, getting quite wet herself, starting to feel Carmella's wetness through her panties with her fingertips. Well, the get this thing off and find out, replies Carmella, getting wetter and wetter by the second. Bailey starts sliding off the pair of panties, grandly revealing the soaked and shaven pussy of Carmella. Bailey could not believe she was about to get her mouth on it. Bailey lowers her head, uses her hands to spread Carmella's legs, then goes straight in, licking her pussy from top to bottom, trying to lap up and swallow all of Carmella's sweet, sweet juices. Oh my fucking God! Keep going! Oh baby! Carmella moans as Bailey continues to eat out her pussy, making her moan louder and louder. Oh my God! You're so good at this! Carmella shouts in that sexy New York accent. Bailey lifts her head up for 1 second, but still rubs Carmella's pussy with her hand. Oh, I can do even better, she confidently says, then starts licking the clit of the Massachusetts-born diva, and starts pushing 2 fingers in her tight pussy as well. Holy shit! Keep that up, and I'm gonna come! Carmella howls in pleasure as Bailey keeps licking her clit and starts thrusting her fingers in and out faster each time. Ah, fuck! Oh my God! Carmella yells, coming all on Bailey's fingers. Damn! That's a lot! I guess I did a good job, Bailey asks, already knowing the answer. Hell yeah, you did! Carmella says amid her heavy breathing, from the most amazing orgasm she's ever had. Bailey, playing with Carmella's juices with the 2 fingers that were inside her tight hole, looks at her fingers, then looks at Carmella, and proceeds to lick all the cum off and swallow it in one. You like how I taste? Asks Carmella. Oh yeah, a lot! Bailey assuredly replies. Well, I guess it's your turn, babe. Carmella says as she crawls over to Bayley and slowly slides her hand down Bayley's black yoga pants, filling her juicy pussy instantly, since Bayley decided to go commando today. No bra or panties? Making it easy for me, huh? I like it. Carmella smirks as she places her lips on Bayley's, reigniting the makeout session from before. Bayley moans from the clit rubbing Carmella is giving, while the two tongues have their rematch. Carmella decides to break from the kiss, wanting to repay Bayley for the incredible orgasm she gave her. Stand up! It's time to take these off, Carmella says as Bayley stands up. Carmella then starts pulling down the yoga pants that showed off Bayley's amazing ass so well. But it looked even better with them off. I am gonna make you feel so good, Carmella states as she pulls the pants off from around Bayley's ankles and stares straight at the fat pussy with the neatly trimmed landing strip above that as concealed beneath them just a minute ago. Like what you see? Bayley asks. Carmella only responds with actions, pushing Becky back onto the couch. She then kneels on the floor, pulls Bayley so her ass is just hanging slightly off, and slowly brushes her thumb up and down on Bayley's pussy lips, then pushes her thumb between the juicy lips, collecting all the wetness that had built up this whole time. Let's see how good you taste, Carmella says before licking her thumb, then following instantly by sucking everything collected off it. There was only one word to describe the taste of Bayley's juices, and it definitely wasn't soft. Amazing, states Carmella. She then uses both her thumbs to spread the big lips of Bayley apart and plant her tongue right in between, now eating at the pussy of her BFF. Ah, shit! This is great! Bayley exclaimed, loving the feeling of Carmella's tongue going up and down her clit. Holy fuck! That's so good! Keep going! Bayley continued to moan in great pleasure from Carmella's very focused tongue movement, tasting every bit of Bayley's pussy. Oh shit! Now that feels amazing! Bayley starts getting louder as Carmella picks up the pace on her clit licking. Fuck! Fuck! Bayley screams, getting closer to coming. Carmella starts licking as fast as she can. Shit! I'm coming! Bayley screams as she releases her juices right onto Carmella's tongue. Holy shit! That was amazing! You're amazing! Bayley says, while panting from the equally as amazing orgasm that Carmella experienced. Carmella looks up at Bayley, then swallows the juices that were on her tongue. And you taste even better than amazing, replies Carmella. Carmella stands up to go sit back down with Bayley. After a brief minute taken to comprehend what just happened and take a few good breaths. Want to use the shower first? Bayley asks, back to her happy tone of voice. Sure! Carmella replies in a very similar tone. Carmella gets up and starts walking toward the bathroom, but stops halfway there, then turns around. Want to shower together? To, save water? Carmella asks. Yeah! That's a good idea. See? This is why we're friends. Bayley replies as she follows Carmella into the bathroom, watching her ass move while doing so. The end. Thank you for listening to episode 75 of Wrestle Erotica. We hope that you enjoyed this week's stories. If you enjoyed this week's stories, please be sure to like, review, and subscribe to us on iTunes. Visit us elsewhere online, including Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, and as always, visit us on our official website, WrestleEroticaPod.com. Thank you and have a good week.